How are we doing? Welcome back to another one of the CG Culinary Cast episodes. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're interviewing the Teacher of the Month, Mr. Destefano. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm here hosting. My name is Mikey Leno with...
Chris Ferrer.
Sammy Kutlu.
All right, Sammy. Go ahead
And today, first we're going to start with Mr. Destefano. Tell us about yourself.
Not much to tell. I've been a teacher for a long time. I used to work in the theater. I've had jobs in publishing, huge Italian family, so I keep pretty busy.
Oh, and the second question, bouncing off that, how long have you been teaching in general, and how long in Cedar Grove?
My first year was 1993, and then I took a break to go back to doing some theater and stuff like that. And I worked in publishing because it was very flexible. Mm-hmm. And then I worked in Middlesex for 2 years and Denellen for a year, and then I came here in 2000.
Oh, 2000, that's a long time.
Yeah,
what do you like outside of teaching?
I like to read. I'm a film teacher, so I still love to go to the movies. I don't like going to the movies as much because people are really rude, but I like watching movies a lot. You know, music is a big part of my life, so I also will listen to anything I can at any time and pretty much try to entertain myself and stuff like that.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite movies you would say, of all time, top three? Because I know it's hard to pick just
Top
one.
three, Casablanca, which was made in 1942. It's a Wonderful Life, which was made in 1947, and a movie with a real popular actor, Tom Hanks, that the movie nobody ever seemed to have heard of. It's called The Road to Perdition.
Yeah, I've actually
Never
never
heard
I
of it.
actually cannot say I've heard of it.
Yeah, a lot of people have heard of it. It's one of his best films.
Okay.
So are you more of a fan of the older films, or?
Yeah, because they have more substance to them. They rely more on scripts and on performances than on CGI and explosions and stuff like that.
So, Mr. Destefano, we all know, you like old movies. You're a big old movie guy.
Yeah.
Being in film with you, what do you hate about, new movies that come out? Do you like any at all?
I do. Well, what do you consider new? I think you have a different definition.
Post 2010.
Yeah, there's a really fun movie with Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman called Red. They're retired CIA agents, and they have to kind of get back together to do it, and it's great. Normally, I'm very disappointed because the scripts aren't strong, and because they don't rely on real stuff. It's kind of like you're
gimmicky.
What?
Gimmicky,
Yeah, gimmicky.
It's more like the visuals, they want you to see the visuals more.
Did you see the new Running Man?
No.
All right, it was based on a movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
Mm-hmm.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger one, you didn't have a ton of special effects because they hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
And this was more of just, let's see how we can outdo. It's kind of like the Mission Impossible movies. Let's not care about the movie. Let's just see what stunt we can do next that'll outdo the last stunt. So there's no story.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of stunts, explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And sometimes it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but you need a good story too to make it keep going.
Another question off movies, when's the last time you've been to the theater, and what movie did you see?
Ooh, that's a good one. It might have. Well, no, I had to leave South Park because I threw a phone across the theater.
Wait, can you tell us about that? Or
Yeah, somebody was sitting next to me. Well, there was me, the person I was with, and somebody else, and he was on his phone for the entire movie. And finally, about, I'm going to say 3/4 of the way through, I grabbed his phone and I said, "You're not home," and I winged it like a frisbee. And it hit the wall and kind of shattered. Luckily, the person I was with grabbed my hand and got me out of there before the usher came, so I didn't even have to replace the phone. I think the last movie I actually saw in the theaters was The Incredibles 2.
when was that? 2019?
Jeez, that had to be 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, at least.
Wait,
The Incredibles.
have you seen the recent Star Wars movies?
Which ones? I saw the 3
sequels?
after with. Yeah, I saw the ones with Daisy Ridley, and I saw Rogue One, which was horrible.
You think Rogue One was
didn't like
horrible?
Rogue
Oh my God, Rogue One was
Rogue One was
all right,
great.
all right.
I
So
loved
wait,
Rogue One.
Mr. Destefano,
Yeah.
you think Rogue One is better than, worse than the sequels, The Last Jedi
Yes.
and Rise of... Oh
Tell
my,
me why Forrest Whitaker was in Rogue One. What purpose did he play in that entire
Who
movie?
was-
And Solo actually destroyed the franchise.
Solo,
Oh, all right. Solo was...
bad.
I actually kind of liked it,
You know, they had to cancel 28 films. I think it was 28 because of Solo.
Like
Solo
what?
was supposed to be 3 movies.
Oh.
And wasn't Donald Glover played Lando? He was supposed to have 3 movies. And then they were going to bounce off that, and they never happened because
Yeah, I
Solo
think-
was so awful.
That thing was, packed together, too. But add like a good plot and like introduce like new like
Han
costumes.
Solo
I
was
found that
Harrison
cool.
Ford.
Huh?
Nobody else is Han Solo but Harrison.
Is that
yeah.
Is that why you like the prequels better than like?
Wait, do you like
Not
the prequels?
No, that's why you
I
like
don't
the
like the
original
three
trilogy.
prequels.
You don't
That's
like
why
the
you like the
prequels?
original trilogy better than the
Yeah.
prequels because you feel like there's more story to them.
Absolutely, because George Lucas, this is gonna sound really weird. There was a. Do you guys ever have book fairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a magazine called Dynamite, and George Lucas was interviewed right after Star Wars, and he even said he had plans for 9 movies. So the prequels and the sequels were not like, hey, let's just make some money. And he even described what they were going to be, but he didn't have the technology to do them. And the problem was there's so much technology in those movies that, again, it just loses what's going on. And he tried to make them big and huge instead of just making them what they were.
There's like I feel like with the original trilogy, you watch it and it's just like when you watch it, like you can
feel
tell
something,
it's
yeah.
way like before its time.
Oh, yeah.
You can easily tell just by watching it. It's like crazy.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it loses its spark when like every other movie got like the effects.
Yep.
Yeah, but like for like the sequels, I know they're bad movies, but
I didn't think
You
they
can-
were so bad.
you
Really?
really think they were good?
I
think
liked
it
the
was
first
horrible.
one. I didn't like the last one. The first one I thought was really good.
You know the problem I think with the sequels?
I think it's great to have a female hero.
Yeah, but her like beating Kylo Ren, that thing
I
like
don't
felt
think-
so
I
forced.
just don't think Palpatine should have been brought back.
Yeah,
I
that was
agree
a
with that.
I feel like
horrible
that
choice.
I
destroys
agree with
George
that.
Lucas's whole
Yeah.
idea.
Yep, I
His
agree.
whole thing was Anakin being the chosen one.
Yeah.
He said it himself.
You
like,
think I don't think they had that in mind when like making the 7th
Well,
and 8th movie. They forced it. 'cause-
George Lucas had to make a choice: have the movies made his way or make $4.2 billion.
Yeah.
He sold it to Disney and made his $4.2 billion, and then said, if I knew they were going to be so successful, I would have asked for $6 billion. So George Lucas hated the sequels, but had to keep his mouth shut.
yeah,
Going
he
off
really
Star
had a
Wars though,
choice.
are you watching the movie this year, Mandalorian and Grogu?
I don't have any streaming services, so no.
Oh, so you haven't even watched the show?
Nope. I heard they were great. I'm not against them. I heard they were great, but I just don't. I'm not home enough to invest in streaming services.
So you just miss out on shows.
No. When you say miss them, that would mean I'd have to have a huge desire to see them. If I really wanted to see them that badly, I'd get the streaming services.
Yeah.
Do you watch any shows or anything on TV or anything?
A lot of new TV. There's like 7 FBI's or something like that.
Yeah,
Chicago
yeah,
Fire,
yeah.
Chicago
Cop
Heat,
shows.
Chicago
you can't
PDs.
even like keep
No.
up with it.
So I do watch a couple sitcoms. I do watch George and Mandy's First Marriage. I do watch Shifting Gears, and I do watch DMV.
You ever watched Young Sheldon?
Oh, I do watch Young. Well, that's off the air now. But yes, I do watch.
Young Sheldon was great.
I like Young Sheldon.
I think Big Bang Theory is also great.
I do too.
I think that was great. I think
Yeah,
it's funny.
and that's why I watch George and Mandy, because I was invested in the characters.
Yeah, it really gets you invested, especially with Young Sheldon. I feel like
Yes.
it makes it so much more. Like you
And the
have to
great thing
watch
about
it.
that is they knew it was going to be 7 seasons, so that's why it stayed strong.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Because they had to. They knew it was going to end with his father dying.
Yeah, they're able to start plan from start to
Yep.
finish. That's like the problem with a lot of shows. Like
They
they
run out of
don't
ideas.
expect to go this long, so there's
Yeah.
plot holes
Yep.
later
Especially
on.
Netflix shows.
Like even like Stranger Things. Like I doubt you didn't watch that, right?
I don't have Netflix.
Cobra Kai, the
Yeah, like,
Umbrella
that's, like,
Academy.
their ending, like supposedly, like the Duffer Brothers, like don't quote me on this, but they like used Chat GPT in it.
Really?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
there's
there
like
was pictures,
there's
like-
like scenes where like you can tell there's no way like a human wrote that because it's like insensitive. Like a person wouldn't say that to another person. Like no
I
matter
was told by
what.
a bunch of people that love it, including some teachers and students here, that the ending was horrible.
Yeah, the ending was. It was just not right. Like,
That
even it
last
was, like,
season
there
in
was
general.
A lot of stuff messed up with it.
Right.
But Mr. Stefano, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. I will
course,
talk
yeah.
about movies for hours.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
will talk about movies
And
for
also,
hours.
Mr. Destefano, to wrap it up, we're gonna say one thing we're grateful about you. So I like how in film you just love this topic and like teach it
Thanks.
with such like joy.
Thanks.
I like how like I don't really know how to. You know, like you're gonna have to try and like hear me out here.
Sure.
I like how like you when you have like an opinion on something, like you are so strong on that. Like you don't
Yeah.
change it, and I love that. I've always
Thanks.
I've always loved that about you ever since like my freshman year. I think that's one great
I
thing.
wish you
about
would have taken film too. I filmed this year.
Yeah,
We
I wish
couldn't,
I
I
did.
think.
regretted
Because you
it.
had some really good opinions. You had some really good reactions.
Thank you.
Well, I know I've never actually had you as a student, but I feel that you're like a very upstanding and joyful guy.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah, you seem like somebody that I could very much enjoy being in the class with.
That would have been great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to Mr. Stefano.
It was
Thank
great
you.
to be